cannot fail, actually. If you know what you do, if you plan everything good, you cannot fail. And also the market for e-com stores and stuff, it's just huge.
We are back for a brand new student interview. We've got Liam here. How's it going, my man?
Hi.
Where are you calling from? Well, essentially, where are you currently based, my man?
Near Frankfurt. It's a city called Oberhausen.
Okay.
So
cool.
yeah, Germany.
In your new office, right?
In my new office, yeah. We moved just from like a small 50 square feet office into like a 60 square feet office. And yeah, just building the empire bigger and bigger.
And listen, man, I am very excited to dive into your empire building process because it's quite something. I guess the first, the best place to start sometimes is at the end. So let's talk a little bit about where you've taken your agency, maybe share numbers, because the other day you messaged me on IG saying very casually that in the past 3 months you had closed over 50K of worth of deals. And reading from literally our community, from April 12th to May 2nd. So we're talking in less than a month. All right.
Yeah.
And also the post that the wins that you didn't post added to that. But in less than a month, you go ahead in one single week. I've got it here. In one single week, you close 12K per month worth of clients. Then after that, you sign a 5K per month deal with another client, and then 4K for 12 months. So literally, you go up to 21K in less than a month. So, anyways, man, I wanna hear from you. Tell us a little bit about where you're currently, where your agency currently is at. Bunch of clients, number of clients, etc.
Mm-hmm. So actually the number of clients isn't that much because I started, well, actually, no, let's go first start with the ending. Yeah, now I'm sitting here in my office. I make a lot of money. Yeah, I'm currently 19 years old. First, I want to make like here, my big name. And then I want to start building it bigger and bigger. So yeah, I'm closing clients right now. It's going really good. And yeah, because sometimes I heard well, I listened to you, I got where I am. And yeah, so now currently I'm making like, let's say when it's not going good, I'm making right now, I'm like 13K per month. When it's going like really bad, so that's like the minimum that I make.
You said 13K.
13K, yes.
Okay, cool.
And that's like the minimum. Like if it's just going bad, when it's going good, actually I make like around 24 to 26 right now.
Okay.
Because I told you a big deal is with like over 40K. It's like I told my client, you know what, you can pay me also let's say 20 on this month, 20 on this month. So right now I'm not sure how much I'm gonna get like in a month, but it's probably around 20. If not, if he can pay me like in 1 month, I get just 1 month, boom, 40K extra on top. So yeah, that's just great. I mean, nobody with 19 years is believing that he can make like 40K or something.
Right. We had Kasim on the channel, and people really liked that interview, and that's why I was also very excited to talk to you, man, because I mean, your journey is obviously very different, and I'm excited also to dive into kind of your background and the hardships and the struggles that you've gone through to essentially build yourself up, and while still being so young. Let's talk a little bit about agency specific for now, though. When it comes to the service delivery for people who are listening in, right, and don't really, they hear these big numbers, right, but they don't really know what that looks like when it comes to, the business side of things, right? Like, what services are you offering for these clients that you're signing?
Let's say our focus is on social media marketing and also paid advertising on Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, so that's like the focus of our like the big agency. And then I started like to pick also on some specific things and connect them, because like I was thinking of if a client is coming to me and he wants to do like Google ads because he got an e-commerce shop or something, I was like, okay, why shouldn't I just offer him a website or like an e-com store or something? So I connect an e-com store and I connect the advertising. So then I started, okay, let's start here and connect everything I get and like make it to a line to get like the maximum of income. So currently now I offer a big variety on offers, because I can do web design, I do the social media, I do paid advertising. I also got like now a friend in my agency who's doing software engineering. So that's also a huge thing. But I would say the focus on everything is just social media marketing and paid advertising. So that's like the key thing.
Yeah. I think to boil it down, it's just e-commerce growth. What is going to make the client grow, right? The e-commerce store grow. And I think one of the great points that you hit there, Liam, is the fact that you have this 360 approach, right? And so when you have them, you get them through the door with a flagship service, right? Let's just, for example, paid ads, right? But then you go, wait, why would I not look at their landing page, right? If I'm driving all this traffic to a landing page, if it's not optimized, then they're going to make less money. And also it's a good way of making them more money and make myself more money, right? And so you start, you have the low complexity of having the flagship offer, but then you start cross-selling them to all these different services, which makes them more money, right? And then makes you more money.
I mean, I always tell my clients, if I do the ads for them, they have a big shop or something, or also a small shop, doesn't matter, and I make the ads, and they have a shitty website, like a really bad one, I tell them, if I do we just doing Google, TikTok, whatever, and we're paying like thousands of euros per month on advertising, and the key thing, the shop, bad, it doesn't matter how good I am, it matters how good the shop is, right? So I started, okay, well, let me offer you something, let me show you what I can do besides advertising, because advertising is not the whole thing, it's a big thing. If you do it great, you make a lot of money. But if you make it great and the shop is bad and people are going away from the shop, well, your mission is wrong. Yes,
100%. And I think is the people that don't have that 360 approach and that knowledge of like how the different components come to play when it comes to e-commerce, that actually don't end up getting results for clients, right? Because if you just look at it from a paid ads lens, it's not going to cut it. In terms of your team, brother, because obviously you've got the service delivery, right? But I'm guessing you have more team members in place. I want to ask you, right? Because a lot of young people hearing this, they're probably the whole idea of just having like people that are working for you is kind of a weird concept, especially you being 19, right? I'm guessing most of the people in your team are older than you, right?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay. How have you been able to navigate that? How have you been able to grow into, obviously there's a lot more, there's a big way to go, right? But how have you been able to grow into this leader that believes should have the leader position, even though these people may be, I don't know, 10, 20 years older than you? How what are some things that have helped you turn into a better leader?
Well, that's a good question. The simple answer to this is just, if you have a vision and you find people who have the same vision for the growth, you can grow so fast and you have a big and good team. If you just pick a guy who's sitting there in the company just doing his stuff, he's like, when do I go home, I don't want to, then you just fail. It's a pure failure. But if you find someone who are like, yes, let's do it, let's get to the 100K, let's go to the 50K, and you are like also open to them, you say, you know what, you don't need to do like the 7-hour straight work, just do it. Bye, just do something else, just maybe if you find these people, they come to you and like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay here and let's talk about how we will achieve these goals that we have. And of course, at the beginning, you know, I started when I was 18. I mean, it's just weird that you go to like a 35-year-old guy saying, okay, so I want to build a team. And he's like, oh, you just watched too much Avengers. And yeah, you know, I always say, just do it and try it. Because the people you're talking to, they will tell you if what you're doing bad, what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. So yeah, just find people that have like the same goals as you, and also like this status of, okay, you need to have people every month on your team. It's like, as you told me, like a weird concept, because you don't always need people around you. And also for the young generation, just there are a lot of people on platforms and stuff. Just find someone. You don't need to pay him monthly a big price. Just find someone who knows what to do with your offers. You talk to a specific deal and stuff, and then you have a partner, and then you have it, your first partner, and then you start building it bigger and bigger and bigger. You're searching for more people because just everyone just can. You cannot just do everything in the same time at the same time. So just find people on specific platforms, have your partners, and just trust them and give them trust.
One of the things that I really liked about you, man, during your application process for my mentorship, and why I was excited to work with you to completely take things up a level, is your energy and your vision, right? I think you're at your young age, you're very good at that. That's probably one of your greatest assets, in my opinion. How do you cultivate? First of all, how do you get people in your team to resonate with that vision and fire them up? Because and I agree with this, right? That's like a core component of making sure that everyone is pushing the same direction, and it's not just a bunch of people clocking in and just seeing the hours just fly by, right? How do you cultivate that fire and that belief in the overall mission?
So first of all, it's hard to find people in my age that have this vision. So if you're in my age, if people are in my age search like this style of, let's say, business, you probably will find older people. And that's a good point, older people have a bit more experience. I mean, you're also very young and very successful, and you know how it is like to talk to older people and older clients, stuff like that. But the thing is to find people that have like the same goal, and also to keep them motivated, is just don't be an asshole. Just don't be like this guy that just, always people that work somewhere and they're always saying, my boss is just, I hate him. He's just so, I don't know, bad or something. Don't be this guy. Like, be this guy that if they don't know what to do, if they don't know how to find the right solution, just sit with them, talk to them, just like a normal guy. And don't look like, okay, I'm the boss, I'm doing everything here, just do your stuff. Don't be this guy. Try to stay on a normal level, talk to them, and also if they're doing something right, tell them, hey, this job you did was just amazing. Because for them, if you give them something and they are going to do it, let's say 99% are just like saying, okay, thank you, bye. Just tell them, you know what, this stuff that you did, it was amazing. I've never seen that, like this style, and I've never seen this idea. Or if they have ideas, just say, you know what, it's a great idea. And also, if it's like a great idea, but it doesn't fit you, just say, you know what, it's a great idea. Maybe it fits to something else. So you always be positive, always keep like this happy attitude going, to keep them motivated.
I think you hit a few very good points there, which is the first one being, I don't think you can, like, there's certain things you can teach, there's certain things you can cultivate within a team, but they have to be hungry themselves first, right?
Yes.
And I think, that's one of the criteria that you should be looking for. It doesn't have to be this super motivated person, but they have to have that hunger in them, because it doesn't matter what you do, right? And if the vision is super exciting, if they don't have that hunger to grow, to succeed, then it's probably not going to resonate with them, right? And I think a lot of people lack that hunger, and thus they're probably not going to make even though they may have the knowledge component, they're probably not going to be a great fit for a culture that incentivizes that hunger and that motivation. And then, as you said, the second thing is very easy for people to, when they start making money and finally own a business, especially people that have gone through a 9-to-5 job and they've seen those bad examples of leaders, to go on a little bit of an ego trip, right? But remaining humble is just massive. I think it leads to just a much better team dynamic where people actually enjoy working for you, right?
I mean, of course, if you make money, if anyone makes money, just, you can spend your money, just, go on very nice vacations. I don't know, maybe buy something, some also expensive clothes. If that's something that makes you happy on a level, do it. But never be this guy that looks down to people. Like, always keep them on your level, or even higher. Tell them, you know what, I'm here, but I like to talk to you because you are smarter than me in this topic. Or maybe just say you're smarter than me, just keep them happy. That's a huge point.
Yeah, and I think it's very easy for people, especially when that they first hire that media buyer or that contractor, right, to try to seem like they know more than them when it comes to Facebook ads or Google ads, where in reality, you've got your own strengths, right, as an agency owner, as a business owner, and that is not your job. Yes, it is important that you come across professional. Yes, it is important that you come across as though you know your shit and you've got really a good structure in place, because at the end of the day, A players want to work with A players, right? But trying to seem like you know more than them, it's just the wrong output. It's just the wrong outlook, because they are coming in as experts. Like, it is good that there's people in your team who know more about a specific subject than you. That is very, very normal. I think, touching on one of the things that you mentioned, Liam, is I'm curious, man, what do you spend your money on? Because you mentioned,
good
you can
question.
spend your money how you want, right?
Good question. Actually, I don't spend that much money. Okay. Also, one thing is, I'm 19. Okay. Like, right now, I'm living with my family at home. This year I will move out, but I don't spend that much money. What I one of the main things I spend my money is knowledge. That's a huge thing. Also, if people in my age have a specific amount of money, let's say, they finished school, they got something from their parents, stuff. This money is the best to invest in somebody's self, because if you learn stuff, if you have knowledge, you can make a lot of money. Knowledge is the key for the door for money. It's just how it works. But actually, I just spend it maybe on food. That's one thing. I love food, but I don't spend my money right now. I will wait. I spend it in my agency, but I think that's a must do.
It was going to generate the highest return at the end of the day. I see it is a shame, because I feel like there is a big push, especially for us young people, to invest money into quick fads. I'm not saying they're not going to be around for long, right? But things like crypto, things like stocks, and again, I'm not saying those things don't work, but they're never 3, 5, 10K invested into crypto stocks. They're never gonna make you rich. They're never gonna. It's never gonna get to a point where it can build the sort of wealth that a business that actually runs, that adds value to the marketplace, and that runs predictably, okay, and that you've got control over, is going to bring you. And it is a shame to, certainly, I've got 6 figures invested in crypto, right? I'm not saying it's not a right financial vehicle, but it's certainly not a wealth creator. It's a wealth amplifier, right? And so you're much better. You're much better off when you're starting out, when you're very young, to invest that money into yourself, because that's, as you said, it's the thing that opens up the wealth creation opportunities, right? When you know stuff, and when you know something that most people don't, that's really when you start, really creating wealth.
And also this topic, like when I was 18, I was like, okay, here in Germany, you can just invest in stocks and stuff. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let's start day trading or something. And I was trying, and of course, sometimes you make a good amount of money, but you also lose money, and that's like a thing that people don't know. If you invest in stocks, stuff like that, crypto, you can lose your money. And before you do that, before you could lose your money, produce something that produces you every month money, so you can invest this money again somewhere. But because, let's say, a big scenario in my age, also friends of mine, they have their 5K with 18, 19, and they're like, okay, you know what? I take 4.5, I just put it into like stocks or something. So now they took their whole money they have and just throw it in something that maybe works, but maybe also fails. But now, what now? Now they wait like 20 years so they have something. Why not just putting this amount of money in, like, I don't know, knowledge, books, mentorship, something. So I know how to produce more money than just 5K. I mean, I don't want to be like arrogant or something, but like 5K, if you realize you can make more than that, 5K is like nothing. 5K is like, okay, you know what? That's just like my basic amount of money I'm doing. And if you start with this mindset, people are going to tell you you're crazy or you're not going to do it or something. If you have this mindset, you know what? This 5K is nothing. You can start building something that is so big. You cannot imagine, but if you start, and then you get like 5K per month. Okay, that's good. Now you get 10K, you're like, damn. And then you get like 15K. Then you close like a 40K deal, and you're like, what? Yeah. So always think how to produce more money before just investing and having no money.
Yeah, your perception of money changes very, very quickly as you start making it, right? All of a sudden 2K a month is like, wow. Then you make 5K a month, then 10K a month, and then you realize that money really is just a number, right? And it isn't real. But speaking of starting, man, you started early, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your relationship with school, because I know it's a very interesting one. So for those listening in, how was that? How was that balance, and how was that relationship with school?
So that's one of my, let's say, key memories. I, like, for the people who are maybe young, don't do it. I will not recommend you to do it. But I dropped out of school because first of all, okay, there was something going on in my family. My brother wasn't feeling like good, and something happened. It was just terrible, and it just took me like psychologically. I was like, I couldn't do nothing. So I was like, really, my whole mind, my whole head was like completely messed up. So I couldn't go like out of my home. It was like really, really bad. So then I started to think, okay, what can I do without having like, the license plate? I was like, okay, if I go
license plate, meaning like without graduating,
just like,
right?
Yeah.
Like a piece of paper.
So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, like just having something that where it's written you did it.
Yeah.
And then, like, here, I don't know how it is somewhere else, but in Germany, it's like really hard if you want to make money and you never graduated from somewhere. It's just really hard. well, actually not, but like in the mindset on this stage of my life, I was like, okay, that's hard.
If you go down the traditional route,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I started, okay, what can I do? Worked on a 9-to-5 job? No, I can get like a bad job and earn nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That was never an option for me. So I was like, okay, let me just look what is the market, like the whole job market. What will be here in the next 10, 20, 30 years? Okay, you know, some stuff on the IT level. I'm not an IT guy. So like, okay, I can talk, you know, I can maybe do something in sales. Why not just trying to do something with marketing? Marketing, you know, will be there forever. It will also get bigger and bigger, in my opinion. So yeah, let's start something with marketing. I Googled, I searched, and I always tell people that, and also told you that, then like 2 years ago or something, I saw your video on my Instagram, where, and it was so funny that in this point it was showing up to me, but it was this video where you tell people to do the Facebook blueprint certificate. And I was like, okay, what's that? You know, certificates, it sounds good. Okay, and then I looked, I did it. And then I understood, okay, wow, with this thing, you can start something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started, I created something, and I never went to school again. I told my teacher, you know what? I don't like school. I never liked school. The people in school are sometimes very toxic, and also the teachers. I'm going to start my own thing. I'm just going to do it. Mm-hmm. Well, now I'm here doing 20K a month. It worked. But yeah, so, and I'm not recommending this to anybody, mm-hmm. But if you have a passion, if you find something that works for you, do it. Because you know, I'm young. If I would do it like 1 year from now and I realized, okay, it's just bullshit, I cannot make money out of it, I will just start my school again. You know, maybe I'm a bit old for that, but I will just start. I can start again. So I did the risk, and I took the risk and I just started. Yeah, it was hard. It was very hard because actually you don't need something to have like an agency. You don't need to study or something. But if you want to be really good and you want to be like the top agency owner, you need to have a lot of knowledge. So that's why you invest in books. You're reading a lot. Then you talk to people, you connect to other people, and yeah, then you're building your way up. And let's say like this, the first couple of months was just hard to find clients. And also in our mentorship, your mentorship, there, some people, you know, at the beginning they're like, I don't find clients, and then, you know, 1-2 months later they're like, oh yeah, I did it. I was like 8K a month, 10K a month, and it's like this. Like when you start, it's just hard. You need to know a lot of things. You maybe lose money on some stuff, but at the end, if you think so, you're building something for years and not just for like 2 or 3 months. So then you work 14 hours a day, building and like coordinating stuff, looking for, you know, I need this one, I need that, I need that. How do I reach out to this client? And yeah, but then it worked. I got my first client. I got my second client, I got my third client. Then I had like a small portfolio. I could say to my like other clients, you know what, I do this with him, I did that, and then it worked. You're just doing your way, and it doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter if your parents are saying something bad to you because you skipped school. Just do it.
Yeah. I think people's risk assessment is just completely off, right? When it comes to making these decisions, because as you said, like worst case scenario, what's the worst case scenario, right? Yeah. If you're working a 9-to-5 job, if you're a competent person, which if you're resonating with this type of content, like you are, there's always going to be a place for you in the in the market. Like there's always going to be a place for you in the 9 to 5
Yes.
rat
Yes.
race. And so, and even, back to what you said as well, like if you're young, if you're in university,
Yeah.
you don't have to make that big leap, right? But understand that like that fear and those nerves are completely fine. But the people you see at the top, Liam here, people you see online, right? It's not that they didn't have those nerves or that little bit of fear at the start. Is that they saw that as a sign of growth, right? They saw, they understood that making the decision regardless of that fear, of those nerves, was going to translate into the next big leap in their growth.
Yeah.
And so I want to ask though, like, because people are probably wondering, like, okay, so how did your parents react to that big decision?
So in the moment that I told my mom, you know what, I'm gonna drop out of school, she was like, okay, fine. What are you gonna do? And at this moment, I was like, oh fuck, yeah, I don't know. And then I started to do the research, but actually, and that was also one thing that is helped me. Also because I started like with a terrible background, because the thing with my brother, she supported me a lot, and I don't mean financially, because I didn't want to, like, I wanted to build my thing. I wanted to build my own thing without money from someone. But she supported me every day. She also talked to me. She asked me how it's going, and yeah. Then one day she was like, "Hey, Liam, I have a client for you," and I was like, "What?" And then it just worked, because clients are everywhere, and if you have someone, and it doesn't matter if it's the parents, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your brother, sister, if you have someone that, or also a stranger, if you have someone that supports you a lot, that is a big thing. And these people are very, very rarely and very, it's like a gold mine. Keep these people on your side. And yeah, I mean, the bad thing was I lost a lot of friends because of that, actually. They told me, yeah, I'm not gonna make it. And then it just went, I'm going this way, they're going this way. Yeah, but my mother supported me always. A couple of friends supported me. Also, one friend that I just had on Instagram, a good friend. I was gaming with him at the like 5 years ago. And he was like, you know what, you're gonna make it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, and now I'm making it.
Yeah, dude, I feel like sometimes it just takes that belief, right, and that
yeah,
that also accountability component and that support from a community, a mastermind, a circle of friends or whatever it is, right? It's not about having everyone cheer for you, and I think that's something that people also don't understand, right? If their parents don't support them, or if their friends don't support them, they're like, oh, they turned their back on me, and this is why I'm not, like,
yeah.
all of a sudden they become the victim, right? When in reality that is the normal thing. How did you deal with having to leave friends behind? Was that like a tough thing to deal with, or you just understood it as part of the process of growing and going down an unconventional path?
At the beginning, it was like weird. You have friends, you know each other for years, and then like from Monday to Tuesday, they're like, nope, you're weird. I don't know you. And then you're like, okay, what the fuck? Like, what did I do? Yeah, I know. I mean, at the beginning, it was like weird. It was also sometimes painful, because if you like someone very much, and also at this point, I had a girlfriend, but it just didn't went that good, because I was like, for real, I was working 14 hours a day, and I did my sport. It was just my life. It is pain, but once you realize, I think once you realize you can make money and it works, that's like the thing, it works. You have a completely different mindset. you're like, you know what? I don't care if someone is around me. I don't need friends. I mean, of course, I love my friends that I have, but I don't need friends that don't like me because of what I'm aiming at. And once you have this mindset, nothing can stop you.
Understanding that you don't really need anything, right? And when you don't need anything, then everything comes at the end of the day, right? And I think it's tough, right? Because it's like looking into the abyss, right? When you see yourself having to move away maybe from relationships and friendships that maybe didn't serve you as much, right? It maybe were what I call situational friendships, right? You guys just shared a building together. You saw each other every single morning, right? You shared some classes together, but at the end of the day, you know, life is very much like that. People go down different paths, and I think it is very, very fine. And this is coming from someone who did it himself, yourself as well. It is very fine to take 1-2 years, right? Disappear a little bit from the scene, right? Be a bit of a lone wolf, right? Obviously, surround yourself with the right mentors, surround yourself with the right people who are gonna help you in what you're trying to do, right? But apart from that, the universe will show you your next set of friends, your next girlfriend, boyfriend, right? They will show you your next partner, the next group of people that are going to be in your life. And I think it's very fine to just surrender to that, right? Because and I can talk from experience as well. Like I'm sure you felt this, right? As the human false reaction to losing friends and, you know, maybe losing a partner as well, is like, I need these people in my life, right? Or like, where can I find the next friend? Whereas in reality, sometimes it's just better to like have space, focus on yourself, completely change your life, build your business, which is going to take care of you for the next 10, 15, 20 years. And then the next set of people are going to come because now you've raised your frequency. Now you're operating at a different wavelength, right? And I think you're going to attract a better set of people anyways.
And also the thing is, I don't feel like a 19-year-old. Once you start, like also with this business leadership position, you need to be, you cannot be a kid. And that's one thing. You cannot be a kid. And I mean, probably also because of my childhood, I was at a young age, I was very, very old, let's say it like this. I felt older than I am. But once you get in there and you find the right person or like the right friends that are your community and you're like a community, you know, then nothing can stop you from doing something. Because if they also keep motivating you, and also back to the beginning to how do you motivate people and how important it is, if you have something that motivates you and also your goals, your friends, you just have you cannot fail. Actually, if you know what you do, if you plan everything good, you cannot fail. And also the market for e-com stores and stuff, it's just huge. I mean, you know, one friend told me, there are so many people who are doing it. And I was like, and now there are way more people who are having a store or something. One person or one company or 20 or thousands of companies cannot handle everywhere, everyone.
Yeah.
So just look, where can I find people? Where can I find like my media buyer, stuff like that? And just build a plan, build an empire, build something. And if it works, you make a lot of money. And also it makes you happy because you see something that you, in my case, I dropped out of school. I have nothing. I don't have a degree. I have nothing. And I see it is working. I you know, on Monday I wake up and I'm like, let's go. I'm happy. I will do it. Like versus my friends who are not my friends anymore. They are like, oh, it's Monday again. I don't want to work. I don't want to go there. You know, it's just keeping your mindset good, keeping your mindset also hunger.
I'm sure there are certain days though, Liam, where you just wake up and you're not
of course
super motivated, right? So
I'm also human.
because look, I mean, it happens to everyone, right? Because a lot of people think that we're just more motivated than them, right? When in reality, no, we all have days. I wake up some days, in fact, a lot of days, and I'm like, this is going to be a tough one, right?
Yeah, of course.
How do you keep yourself disciplined, right? How do you still get done what you need to do?
So I have a very strict mindset for this. I'm not drinking alcohol. When I started my research for my business, that was like what the point that I said, I'm not doing alcohol, I'm not doing drugs or something. I completely skipped partying and stuff like that, because I told me I will build something. I will be very happy, and then I can party. But I don't wanna just go every night or every Saturday, Sunday, Friday out to just waste my money, waste my time, and be dumb. I can do that in 10 years or something. And on these days where I wake up and I'm like, oh no, I just remember, you know what? I came from not a rich family. I came from some tough times. I will do it. I just remember, you know what? I have a vision, and I want to master this vision more than everyone. And in my opinion, no one is sacrificing more than me, and no one would work more than me. It's just my mindset, because I want to achieve it, and I don't care what it takes. I just want to achieve my goals. I want to achieve my 1 million a month. That's like one big goal. And I know I could do 10, but first I want to make the 1 million. Now, if I achieve this goal, fine. That's the first time I go to bed and I wake up at 10. I do nothing this day, and I will chill. That's like my vision.
I remember the day after you're back to work.
Yeah. Then I make my 2 million a day.
Brother. Look, I've thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, man. I think you have an incredible point of view, and I mean the hardships that you've gone through, and how you've come out of that, like the personal hardships that you some of the stuff that you didn't even share, and how you came out of that is and what you've built is admirable, and so I want to acknowledge you for that, man, for becoming every single day shooting for the best version of yourself, having an amazing energy, and really striving for greatness, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anything, man, any final words, any final comments you want to leave the audience with?
Just one thing, that it doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter if you live in a good spot, in a bad spot in the city. It doesn't matter what your friends say. It doesn't matter what anybody says. If you have a vision and you want to achieve something that other people would say, you will never get it. That's the point. That's the hunger that you need. Just do it and start, because the worst thing is you go back to your old job or something, or maybe you start school again. But just having this life, because you're not living forever, and everyone knows it.
Mm-hmm.
But having the best life and the best moments in your life while also creating stuff, it's just amazing. I know it. You probably know it also. If you start building something, it's just funny. You just have fun. You also have hard days. Well, let's just forget these ones right now. Just start building your empire. That's like my slogan right now. Just start.
And look, I'm excited to see you continue building your empire and get to that 1 million per month mark. And proud to continue being your mentor, man.
Yes, thank you.
Right, I think that's a wrap, brother.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe one day I will get back to you in like 1 year, and we will have like a second conversation about the 1 million in a month.
We shall. We shall.
Great.
I appreciate you, my man. I'll let you get on with your day. And yeah, thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
See you, brother.
So, see ya.
All right, so there you have it, my conversation with Liam. Very juicy conversation of how he went from 0 to 26K with his social media marketing agency at only the age of 19, quitting school, facing the nerves and the fear that comes with that, and really taking things up a level. So if you've enjoyed it and you've taken away value from it, go ahead and smash the like button. And finally, if you want to check out live training on how to build a social media marketing agency, how to sign clients from all over the world, entrepreneurship, and much more, go ahead and check out the link in the description. It's a link to my free Facebook mastermind. We're building the strongest marketing family in the internet. And so if you want to go ahead and apply, there's going to be a bunch of questions there. If you're a good fit, we'll let you in. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.